2018 marks our 7th vintage here at Passing Time. Man, how time flies when you're having fun. In 2018, what a vintage it was. It was one of those years where the weather just really cooperated throughout the entire process. We had incredibly warm summer days, lots of sun in July and August, and then the weather just gradually cooled throughout September and into October. It really allowed for slow ripening, and it also allowed us to hang the grapes probably longer than we ever had. We really believe that 2018 is going to go down as one of the top 2 or 3 vintages in the history of Washington State. You know, it's one of these years where everything came together in the vineyard during harvest and also in the cellar. Now, unfortunately, we weren't able to share the barrel samples with you at our spring release party, as we always do in April. This year, we thought with this video, we would go into great detail with each wine. Let Chris Peterson, our wonderful winemaker, tell you about these wines. Now, I'll tell you this, you can't go wrong with any that you choose for your allocation. But know that 2018 is a special, special vintage. Chris will tell you all about it.
Hey everyone, this is Chris with Passing Time. Here to talk about our new 2018 Cabernets that we'll be releasing soon. We're going to start with the Red Mountain Cabernet. So the 2018, this was just bottled in June. And this is a 97% Cabernet from Clipson Vineyard and Red Mountain Vineyard, which is run by the Corliss family, and then 3% Cabernet Franc from Bacchus, and about 80% New Oak. Again, in keeping with the 2018 vintage, it's a really large-scaled wine. And fruits darker. Sometimes we get these kind of lighter fruits from Red Mountain, the bright red fruits. This lends towards black plums, kind of cassis, black cherries, but also a lot of really rich mocha notes. This is a wine of a lot of depth. You know, those tannins that are common with Red Mountain, they're here, but there's so much fruit surrounding them that I really feel like it's approachable now, but it's something that's going to age for a long time. Just, it comes on round at first, and then it has this really kind of firm core. I think this is a wine that's just going to keep developing, let it sit in the cellar for a couple of years for sure, but I think it's a wine that will have a long, enjoyable life. So this is the 2018 Horse Heaven Hills Cabernet. This is always one of the wines that is the most popular when people are tasting through. 2018, of course, this great Washington vintage. So I think this is a really special wine. It's 86% Cabernet, again, from Shampoo Vineyard and Discovery Vineyard. 9% Merlot from Shampoo Vineyard this year. Well, insider tip, if you ever get an email on the Shampoo Merlot that's going to come out at some point, the 2018 is rocking. So keep an eye out for that. And this is 5% Cabernet Franc, also from Shampoo. So this wine's, of the 3 we're talking about, I think has kind of the most elegance. It has just a long finish. It has a lot of kind of dimension, I would say. It starts off kind of really that classic Shampoo, that classic Horse Heaven, creme de cassis, blackberry, really black fruits, mocha, you know, kind of milk chocolate also, and some floral notes that I think will develop beautifully over time. And this is a wine that wants to be in the cellar for a couple of years, but I think it's enjoyable now. I think it's reasonably approachable, and just a wine that's going to be really interesting to follow over the next couple decades. Again, it just fills up the whole mouth. Great. It sits on the mid palate really beautifully, and then just has this long, beautiful finish. Very redolent of Horse Heaven Hills, kind of that character, and I think just a great year for this wine. So here is the 2018 Cabernet Walla Walla Valley. This is a pretty cool wine this year. It's 100% Cabernet Sauvignon. It's about a little over 60% from Seven Hills, 38% from Pepper Bridge. And as I was tasting these 3, cabs, this one just stood out to be the most muscular. The fruit is dark blue, dark blueberries, raspberries, black currants. But then on the palate, it just has this, it's tannic, but it's not too tannic. It's more what I think of this great structure. There's enough fruit around it to carry that structure. And that combination is really something that makes for a very age-worthy wine. But the pepper bridge component brings a lot of that structure. And then the Seven Hills balances that out with a lot of elegant components. But really here, the star is that pepper bridge. And this is just a tightly wound up, focused wine right now. Very dark color. It has great palate penetration across the whole of the front and mid palate and the finish. Just a very complete wine, one that really excelled in this vintage that really is the hallmarks of the 2018 is dark color all across the board. And really great, firm but really ripe tannins that carry through to a beautiful finish. So I think you'll really enjoy this one, especially with a couple of years of age in the cellar, but gosh, throw a ribeye on the barbecue and I think you'd be happy with this one. So cheers.